Hello and welcome to my first Battlefield 6 weapon guide. I know it can be kind of hectic in this game to honestly decide between all the options that you have, but I think I have a pretty good build for a gun that you unlock relatively early that I think will make your life easier than just, picking the M4 and kind of hoping for the best because let's be honest, that's what most people do. The whole premise of this video is we're going to be talking about a very specific gun in general that is not the M4, but what I would rather call the M4's daddy. But without further ado, we're about to get into the guide and there'll be a couple points I'll tell y'all you can skip about in a second, but other than that, let's get right into it with what I believe is one of the best early game weapons in the game. Now, I am not talking about the M4, of course, like I said. The M4 does, of course, fit into the idea that we are kind of looking for a broken assault rifle that can be played on everything. But I am instead talking about the DRS IAR, a gun that is in the LMG category, but I realistically do think this gun fits in pretty well with an assault rifle, as it really does feel just like a longer barreled version of the overpowered M4 that I'm sure most of you from the beta know kind of everybody used, and it was more or less a competition of who shot first. I will admit the LRS does feel like a gun that can compete with the M4, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you a couple, or the DRS can compete with the M4. I'm going to give you my build, which I think will be super beneficial towards actually making it and kind of making it so you can compete with SMGs and other guns in proximity of you. So the most important thing we're going to want to look for, of course, is we are going to want to go from the single port adapter to the double port adapter once we unlock it. That is going to give us the best stability and control. And then, of course, the most important aspect, because this gun is an LMG, which means it naturally kicks like a mule, is we are going to want to be picking the best vertical grip that gives us both control and precision. Honestly, most of the vertical grips that you kind of unlock immediately, probably about level 3 to 5, are probably going to feel as well as you need. Everything else from this point onwards is pretty much up to you. I like to run something that's a 2 times or a 1.5 times to give me a little bit of range. And then, of course, if you want to run a laser to help with your hip fire, you can go ahead and do that. From your ammo types in your magazines, of course, magazine, you're going to want to pick the 35 rounder and the 40 rounder as soon as you get it. And of course, you can pick your ammo type based on what you want best. I always choose the one with the best headshot damage, but I really do think you can run this gun just as you kind of see fit, as it really does feel like an older version or kind of a bigger version of the M4 that runs just as effectively. But that is pretty much it. This gun is pretty overpowered. You unlock it pretty early. I think you unlock it level 9, maybe a little bit earlier than that. And this gun more or less provides you the same stability as the M4 does, while kind of making it so you have a gun that's not burning through ammo quite as quickly, because that's one of the detriments that it does have compared to the M4, is that the rate of fire is slightly slower. It does feel really good in close quarters particularly, and even in longer kind of engagements you can kind of single tap it or put it on single fire, and it is very effective from a distance as well. I will admit it is one of the only guns that I've seen that can compete with the M4 in kind of like a 5-meter skirmish. So honestly, I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this gun for what it's worth. Even though it might be in the LMG category, I ultimately think it is a great AR replacement and something that most people will flock to when honestly they're just looking for something to use in these first couple kind of 15-20 levels besides the M4 or anything like that. I do believe this gun is one of the strongest currently, before they have, of course, balanced anything. So, of course, I would encourage you to go try it out. If you're like me, I'm an assault rifle slave, kind of like quick gunfire, steady rate of fire with accuracy, and this gun does that perfectly. The rest of this video is more or less just clips seeing it in action. I'm not going to waste y'all's time blabbing over the next 4 minutes of content. It is up to you if you want to watch it or not and kind of see how it functions. I like to run it with a hollow just because most of these maps, I love playing breakthrough. Most of these maps are kind of closer. And honestly, that's all I have for today. The vertical grip is really going to make or break this gun, so make sure if you do end up making this build that you always kind of mess around with the ideas of which vertical grip you want. Just remember, you're always looking for control and stability. That is your most important things, because everything else will kind of sort itself out when you run the muzzle brakes that I said in the beginning of the video. As always, I hope you have a good rest of your day, good rest of your month, and a good rest of your year. And this has been my first Battlefield weapon guide video, and hopefully there'll be some more on the way. As always, I will see y'all on the next video. There's more coming. I see their markers.
There's so many.
Oh, no shot.
Oh, that's how snipers are up by half.
There are so many people coming to see.
So many on C. I got a wave of blueberries coming towards B.
I'm sad because I was about to run in there and fight.
There's another one. Honestly, don't revive me, please. I want my gun back.
Hang on! We are attacking objective Bravo.
Okay. I am combat sniper, dude. I just ran straight in here.
Loadout?
Oh, there's another one right there. He's on the left.
Oh, he was to the
he moved.
right.
He moved. I couldn't see him.
Let's go! Reloading!
Here, a bunch next to him.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I died from that spot.
We're attacking objective Alpha.
I can't spawn on this anymore. Nice, nice. Oh, we have B. We just gotta get A.